Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. Can I see you all waving your hands with a big smile on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How many of you are excited to be here? Show me some excitement. Amazing. So I see some new faces there. I see Advitya, Sarin. Hi, Aditya. Good to see you there. I see Arpit Agarwal. I say Vishali there. And all the new members, thank you so much for taking time and showing up here. And for those of you who are already part of my community and being regular, congratulations for being so awesome. And today's session is very, very exciting. And let's start the session with quick question answers related to signature. And before that, let's go through the drill. And this is how we start all our sessions. So ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with that. We're going to be discussing signatures today. And those of your first timers for this session, we call this as Inner Circle. This is one beautiful benefit all of you receive as part of our community members. Every Thursday, we meet for 60 minutes to 90 minutes discussing different topics, new learnings beyond handwriting analysis. And those of you attending this session for the first time, if you're not able to follow some of the things, it's completely okay, because I'm going to help you to understand everything in a very systematic manner in the coming days. But right now, let's get you started for today's session. So every organization has code of honors, and this is our code of honor. What do you mean by code of honor? This is the principles. This is the ideology. This is the code of honor we always stand by as a community, and you're welcome to please understand this and see if you can stand by this. And one of my invitations, as always, I say, you should have your personal code of conduct. You should have your personal code of honor. This is something which will help you to streamline your life. It will help you to have better principles. You will see you bring in a more discipline in terms of the way you are handling yourself and the way people are handling you. One of the first important code of honor, we're going to be doing that. And this is the flow for today's session. And the first code of honor is being resourceful. One of the commitment you need to make to yourself is that no matter what you are practicing in your life, no matter what profession you are in, what designation you manage, no matter what gender you are in, no matter whatever you do in your life, see how you can up your game as being resourceful in that domain of your life. If you're an employee, see how you can be a best of employee. If you're an employer, see how you can be a best of employee by upping your resource in the particular organization, in your family. If you're a home engineer, if you're a homemaker, see how you can up your game there. Next, what is important is you need to shift your domain from the knowing to the doing mode. We know all the benefits of graphotherapy, but only if you do it, you get results. So knowing the power is not enough. You need to be bringing the doing part also. So there are many things in our life. We know it, but we don't do it. For example, financial literacy is also one of the things which we know it, but we don't do it. We know which is good as a share market, which we know something which is where you need to be investing, which portfolio to be managed, which insurance is better. We know everything. आप दूसरों को ज्ञान देंगे, लेकिन खुद नहीं करेंगे. So doing is very, very important. So let's go to the third point. Practicing the power of clarity. If at all you can take back one thing from your association with us is, can you practice this power you have? And this is the power of being clear. The power of clarity is, yes, I'm in your session, Imran. I'm completely here. Can you see the power of clarity then? No, Imran, I have another event there, so I'm there. So can you see that you're clear? You will not be there physically present and mentally thinking about this. And you cannot be on the fence. Are you with me? Remember, being on the fence is very painful. So you should always be the other side of the fence or this side of the fence. But choose, because clarity is power. So anything and everything you do in your life, it's all coming from the power of being clear. So it's very important. Once you're clear in your life, you know that what are your priorities, what are your important things, and you will see the way you're going to be executing your life. Number 4. Committed to being responsible in every dimension of your life. As human beings, this is the bare minimum you need to be doing. And you know what is that? You need to be committed. You need to take control of your life. Stop being dependent on other people to be happy, especially happiness, especially health, especially your finances. Your health, your happiness, your wealth is your personal responsibility. Nobody else is responsible for that. If you're going to come and sit and tell me, Imran, why I'm sad today is because that person did not do this for me. Are you with me? No, you're wrong. I will not even get onto the conversation with you on that level. Because for me, the conversation is about what is that we are going to take. You have to be accountable. You have to be responsible. And that's where the leadership comes from. We are very beautiful people. We have handed over our remote of life to other people, and they decide when you're going to be happy. They decide when are you going to be taking actions, when are you going to be growing your life. And you have all the power to complain about all the things happening in your life. No, you need to be responsible in every dimension of your life. Number 5, contribute back to the society and to the science. Everything you do has to be out of contribution towards the science or to the society. See how you can cover as much ground as possible in terms of giving back to the society. Because remember, each one of us, when it's a contribution, it's not just about money. It could be just taking some time out and doing what is required to be done. And by the way, analyzing handwritings is also a way of giving back to the society, making the people realize, supporting people not to take any extreme steps towards their own life, and still fill in the gap and make it happen. So you're welcome to make a note of it or take a screenshot of this code of honor. And if you're new to my community, as all the time I say, tonight, before you sleep, write down 5 things which you stand by or which you stand for, and how people will be in alignment with you for doing this. For example, it could be anything in your life. You need to be defining this code of honor. So people know if Fernandez has said this, she will do this, and they know about it because that's her strong code of honor. When she says something, she'll definitely do. Are you with me? So you need to know that, okay, this is what she's standing for. This is what she's committed to. So aapko yahi karna hai ji. So this is everybody's game. If you have not done that, you can do this. If you've already done that, see how you can predefine it. And that's the beautiful way of it. So proceeding further right now, number 6 is transformation from us to you to others. See how you can keep adding more and more people in your life who are transformed. Remember, we are in minority. When I say minority, it's not because we belong to a particular gender or particular region. When I say minority, see, we are the people who are talking about possibilities. We are talking about growth. We are talking about prosperity. We're talking about giving back to the society. So we are in minority. And the people outside of this domain are in majority, and they have more power over us. If you talk about handwriting analysis, graphotherapy to one person, you'll have 5 people telling you, no, all this does not work. These are all pseudoscience. Or this is not something which is working. Can you see that you're in minority? But if more and more people in your family, within your community have more understanding of this science, they started practicing this science, they saw the real power of this science, and you'll have more people to discuss about it and bring in more accountability. For example, I have Manisha ji and Divanshu ji from the same family. Their son has done the program. Now, if one person is not doing graphotherapy, the other person says, you're not doing it. The other person pulls them up, supports them, and making it happen. So my commitment is that, can you please bring in one activity in your home where all the family members come together to do it, other than watching TV and eating food? Are you with me? And by the way, nobody is watching TV nowadays, right? As a family, because no content is family-oriented content. So it's important that we need to bring in that one, commitment. Can we all have one activity in a day where everybody comes together and writes? Okay. Now, so the best part about today's session is understanding your signatures. And before I talk more about signatures, I hope you all have watched my program on signatures. Are you all with me? If not, please take this link, go watch my program on signatures. Because if you have not yet watched this, you're missing out on the tons of information on signatures. So let me show you where you will find this. If you log into our learning platform, if you go here, signature is a course by itself, and you just have to watch this. It's a very beautifully designed program. It will give you tons of information about signatures. My beautiful part about this entire program is, if you log in, you don't have to pay for it. This is a free program if you've done my first step program or any other program. So one of the best part about that signature program is that you will see me decoding signatures live. Watch how I speak to people, how I communicate to them, and how they acknowledge, yes, Imran, whatever you're saying is true. So ladies and gentlemen, okay, the link is on your chat box. So I'm just going to share this link with you. You don't have to make a payment. This is for everybody. It's a free program as part of your membership with us. Okay. You don't have to make a payment. You don't have to make a payment. You just have to go to your password, enter your password and link, and you will be able to, get this. Great. So if you have any questions related to your own signature or the signature which you saw, you're welcome to type in on the chat box, or there'll be a Google form which is going to come to you. So that will be a more systematic way. Type in your question. I'm going to read out your question. I'll answer your question in today's session. And ladies and gentlemen, today's session is going to be sharp 60 minutes only, because 8 o'clock, 8:05, I've been invited to talk about handwriting analysis in Hindi to a community where they teach digital marketing in Hindi. And it's one of the largest communities I know. So I'll be there talking about handwriting analysis. And, I want you all to bring in the vibrations and intention that all the members get to understand the power of handwriting analysis. And they look forward to learn this science. And all my facilitators and all of us as a community are ready to serve the new family members coming in. And before I begin, if you are attending this session for the first time, you're interacting with me for the first time as a part of this session with me today, could you please raise your virtual hand so that I can read out your name and I can welcome you, because we have some of these students from Modiji's community of Freedom Investors Hub. Thank you for taking some time and being here. Let me say hello to Rohan there. Welcome, Rohan. Kamlaji, we already know you. Vaishali ji, welcome. Kalpana ji, welcome. Arpit ji, welcome. Ashish ji, welcome. Okay, Vijay B, Jayashree there, and Jai Krishnan, thank you so much for being here. Harish, welcome. Pramila ji, welcome. Hey Lini, Mr. Chakravarti, kaise hain aap? Welcome. Amit ji, Srivalsan, Priyanka ji there. Thank you for everybody for taking some time and being there. First in the circle, meet Kamlesh ji, amazing. Ritanya, yes, you can analyze your own signature if you watch the video, but if you have any specific questions, you can ask me. So this is how we're going to be doing it. So welcome everybody. Let me start with one of the things which you don't know about signature. So let me talk about it. Maybe that will give you a little sense of it. Thank you everybody for all the love and all the new members. Thank you. Yes, so Shaker. Let's start. Whenever I'm talking about signature, there's something very important I want you to know. The dots in the signature. It plays a very important role in our signatures. So where you have the dot is important. So we're not talking about the dot in the end of the signature. We're not talking about the dot which is below the signature. What is important here is the dot between your signature. So let's start with that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be discussing about your signature. Meanwhile, we will ask you to fill up your questions on the chat box, and let me see if I can answer as many questions as possible, or we'll also roll out a Google form. Dear team, could you please make sure that we all are receiving the Google form so that everybody types in the message and we'll all get to see your questions and I can answer all your questions. Okay, so let me give you the form on the chat box. So my request is if you can use this form, please. The form is on the chat box, so please type in your question. Oh, you have shared it into groups. Okay, thank you. So let's start with the camera here. Okay, so the signatures I'm talking about right now is, whenever we talk about signatures, we have, I'm not talking about a signature where you have the dot in the end. Now, we're not talking about this, okay? What we're talking about it is not also about people who write it below. No, we're not even talking about this. What we're going to be talking right now is people who are writing their signature. And imagine if you have your name as M.N. Murthy. So can you see that you are using a dot between your initials, or you're using a dot between the two? Are you with me? So this is the signature, dot between the initials, dot between the name. Are you with me? dot between the signature or dot between the name. Now, yeah, the form is on the chat box. I'm just going to post it one more time. So this is for all of you. So can you see that dot between the initials or the name? So people write the dot here also. So what is a dot? In handwriting analysis, the dot signifies period. That is time gap. Remember we used to use this form. Okay, so do you see there's a form, or if you're part of the first step program, go back to your WhatsApp forms, WhatsApp groups, please. The link is there. I've also shared it on the chat box. I don't know if you're able to see that. So ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the dot. The dot is a period. It's a time gap. Remember, we used to use this term called as generation gap. Yeah, people don't understand. So what do you mean by generation gap is again nothing but the time gap. So the generation I and you belong to, the generation the new kids belong to. So basically, when we say generation gap, it is calculated based on minimum of 10 years. So it takes a decade to have a change of mindset, change of approach, change of things. So that's what we're looking at. So in handwriting analysis, when you see a person who has a dot in between the signature, wherever the person is signing and writing, so this signifies about the person. For example, if Upendra is writing like this, so this is how I speak to Upendra. I say, Upendra, you're a person who has basically compartmentalized your life. So the way Upendra is operating his life is at work, he's there, he does, and the moment he gets out of the work, he's a different person at home, he's a different person in family. So he's not mixing one dimension of his family with the other one. Like, you know, he goes to the work, and the day he does not come to the work, nobody knows why he's not there. Not everybody has access to his phone number, or nobody's connected to him so on a personal level that he's able to respond. So now you must be thinking, Imran, this is good. So can you see that he has defined his professional life, he has defined his personal life, he has defined his family life. And sometimes when you meet their family members, for example, if I meet Upendra's wife, you know, we will get to know something which we never know about him, because he maintains it that way. Sometimes we don't even know their birthdays. We don't even know, you know, which region they belong to, which, background they come from. Now the question is, Imran, I think that's good. That's professionalism. But let me tell you one more dimension of it. My understanding of life is anything which requires management is stressful. Yeah, anything which requires management. Can you see that how much effort you're putting to manage that portfolio or the profile of yours? And how long will you manage it? Can you see that? It's like, yeah, I don't post on social media because, you know, very, you know, काम में ऐसा है that. Can you see that? Yeah, I don't talk about my family. You don't take the family members to your business meets or get together. It's completely fine. Nothing wrong about it. मैं ये नहीं बता रहा हूँ कि ये problem है, लेकिन ये आपके बारे में क्या बता रहा है? You are somebody who has compartmentalized your life, which is good. But also remember, this is stressful because you're trying to manage your departments one at a time. One at a time. So Imran, should we keep this or we should not keep this? The choice is yours, but I'm going to give you all the aspects of it. Are you with me? All the information. Okay. So that's good quality, isn't it? Yeah, it is definitely, Vijay, but anything which requires management is stressful. So why don't you be so peaceful at what you are as a person, no matter which responsibility you're managing, you're simply awesome. Okay. You're simply awesome. You don't necessarily have to mix everything. You don't have to bring your work home or take your home to work, but this is how it is. Okay. So you also know, right? If you have a dot in the end, these are the people who are the walls. If you have it below, this is basically looking for things, but don't put dots where it is not required. Okay. Dot has a lot of significance in graphology, especially connected to your health. And this is one feedback for all of you. Imagine if you're writing one paragraph of writing. So in the paragraph, where will you see dots? In the full stop after the end of the sentence, right? And when you have completed a paragraph, so that's where you see the full stop. Now, We don't want the commas. We don't want the full stops where it is not required. It's not a good sign in terms of your health and what we are able to see that in your handwriting. What health problems is it signifying? That's not important. What is important is it's unhealthy. Okay, it's an unhealthy habit. But if you are a part of my Inner Physician program where we discuss health and handwriting in detail, there we discuss about the challenges what we speak about. Are you with me? Okay, so these are the things to be maintained about the dots in the writing. So Pramila ji is asking, what about 2 dots with line below, like you have done in one option? So if you have the line and 2 dots and you have a habit of doing this, these people are the people who are looking for self-assurance. So they do something and they are actually waiting for an assurance. हाँ मैंने ये ठीक किया है और मैंने कर लिया. So I always give an example of a person driving a car and locks the car with the remote and still goes and checks whether the doors are locked or not, checking his home whether it is locked or not. So you're basically assuring yourself हाँ मैंने किया हुआ है, ये मैंने check किया हुआ है. So this is how it is. Is it bad or good? The choice is yours to decide on that, but this is what is communicating. So you're always reassuring yourself there. Okay. So I'm going to be opening up the question answers, and I'm going to read out the questions from there and answer the question one by one about your signatures. So I'm going to take your questions about one by one about the signatures. So today is 23rd, so I'm going to take questions from there. Okay. Simple signature is okay. Nilesh is asking. I always come across a lot of people saying this to me, Imran, you're a handwriting analyst. I suppose you're supposed to have a fancy signature. Now I say, I don't have a fancy signature. I don't want to make things complicated. I don't want to show something which I'm not. I can make this as a very wonderful thing. I can write a lot of dimensions to it. I can make it very, very fancy, good looking, but why will I show something which I'm not? Why do you want to project something which you're not? And this simple signature is basically authenticity. Authenticity. People see this. People see that. Are you with me? People see that. Okay. Baljiji, this session is not about understanding, I'll not be able to individually analyze that, but I'm giving you overall picture, but I'm answering your questions. If you have anything specific, please use that. Okay. Ask me. I'll be happy to answer that. Surname and signature definitely is a good idea, but again, the choice is yours. And remember, people ask me also this question, and this is for everybody. Imran, initials रखना है, initials यहाँ पे रखूं या यहाँ पे रखूं? Yeah, should I have initials before that or after that? My question to you is, if at all you're keeping or adding anything to your signature, if you're adding, are you with me? Anything to your signature, please be watchful. It matters. It really matters. So if you're adding your surname, it matters. If you're not adding your surname, it matters. But it is good or bad, no choice. You need to definitely have a larger maturity over making that as a choice. But I'll make it no choice to you. For example, people ask me, Imran, can I just write initial because my name is big? And my answer is, if at all I keep somebody's name with my signature, I rather do justice to that name by giving that person the complete space and attention in my signature rather than just keeping an initial. It's like you're just keeping it for the sake of keeping it. Are you with me? वो पूरी मोहब्बत नहीं रहेगी. अगर अपनी पूरी मोहब्बत निभानी है तो make sure that the name, the signature, whatever you're adding, it should be a complete name. Or if you're not able to do it, then it's okay. You can keep initials also, but मेरा एक simple strategy है. Any name I add up to my signature, I'm going to make sure that I do complete justice to that. So it's like, I'm going to give you complete justice there. Okay. So if you want to write, because the power of the name is by saying it. Are you with me? The power of the name is by saying it, and the power of the name is by writing it. The power of the name is by writing it. So when you're writing it, why just write initial, write the full name? Yeah. Pet name, again, different story. What is your pet name and why it is there? So it's a longer conversation. So let's go with the, I'm reading all the questions from the chat, from the Google form, please. Okay, so want to know about my weaknesses, Mrs. Fernandez? Don't worry. Right now, there's nothing like bad or weak or strong points. Signature has certain elements, and you're going to be focusing on that. And this is for everybody. Before you change your signature, please change your handwriting, because your signature is sum of all the letters which you write. So it's better that you write the, the name there. So the way it has to be done there. Are you with me? तो आप उस पे फोकस मत कीजिएगा प्लीज. Get your graphotherapy right first. Get your graphotherapy right first. So now next question. What about the dot of I in the name? Yeah, you have to put that dot in the I, and it has to be a dot. Don't make it a circle. A dot is always a good name. Sarita ji is asking, thank you, sir. After marriage, which surname we are using? Okay, very important question. Whether to have husband's name or the father's name, you need to decide that. But having a surname will definitely add on one more name to balance out your personality. And whenever you write your surname, for me, what you add is not important. How you write is more important. Because if you increase the size of your surname, for example, if I'm writing, can I take Lini? Lini, your name? So if you're writing Lini, and if you're writing Vinod, can you see that the L is bigger compared to the V? So the grapho or the scientific way of writing would be Lini ka L bhi capital hona chahiye or V bhi capital hona chahiye, and both the letters should be capital and of the same size. So that means equal balance, vibrations, energy, focus, everything. So the moment the size becomes small, can you see this is overpowering that? And now if Vinod becomes big and Lini becomes small, can you see this is overpowering that? And sometimes you're just writing L, Vinod, or more bad. Can you see that? You are given more space and power to this person, this surname, and surname can be your dad's name or your husband's name. So you need to make the choice. I'm not going to tell you whether your husband's name is better or wife or your father's, but how you write is also very important. And that also reminds me, I had a very beautiful a student. His name was Chidambaram, and he was a unique gentleman. You know what? After marriage, most of the ladies take the surname of the husband, right? Are you all with me? You know what he did? He wrote his wife's name with his name in his signature. So he actually had a change of signature. So he added the wife's name to it. So he used to write Chidambaram Saraswati. So he used to have his wife's name added to his name. He said, Imran, why they only have to do it? Why should I not do it? Are you with me? And you know, eventually, because it's the name Saraswati, जब भी वो लिखते थे ना, तो सब लोग पूछ रहे हैं, Saraswati तो कभी usually सामने नहीं आता surname में, right? It is usually the other way around. Then, you know, that's how he always ends up explaining, that's my love and acknowledgement to my wife. Beautiful, no? See, husbands are very good people. Husbands are very good people, yeah? So much of love. Great. So let's go to the next question. The next question is, two dots at the end of signifies what? Renuji, two dots end of the signature, bad idea. One dot or two dot nahi. Niche mein aata hai to theek hai ji. My S is fluidity S, so is it okay? See, Sheetal. Sheetal ka naam hai S. So let me show you. Sheetal agar S hai na. Now Sheetal says, Imran, can I write a fluidity wala S? So this 8 formation in handwriting analysis means fluidity of thoughts. Good at conversation, good at sharing, good at communicating. Are you all with me? But the idea here is that the first letter of your name should be capital. This is a small letter. And why you need to have a capital name in a capital? Two things. One, it has to be capital. Number two, it has to be 4 times the size of the rest of it. Otherwise, what will happen is you will not have the power, the vitamin N in your life. Are you with me? You will not have the vitamin N in your life. What is vitamin N? Vitamin N is the power to say no. The power to say no. So if you want to have power to say no, you need to have your first letter capital. Plus, make sure this is 4 times the size of your rest of the letters in your handwriting. This will give you the power to say no. And you know what? Majority of people who have undergone graphotherapy with me, transformation with me, they always get this from other people saying that, you've become arrogant nowadays. And if they ask, what makes you say I'm arrogant nowadays, is because, say, earlier you used to say yes for everything. Nowadays you say no to it. And they think that's an arrogance. No, that's not arrogance. Like, you started making choices now. Can you see that? So don't go with what people will use words against you, because it's coming from a different experience. Are you with me? And especially in India, we have been taught, mana nahi karna chahiye. No nahi bolte. I don't know why there is such a frequency change that you can't say no. No, if you don't want to do it, you will say no, you don't want to do it. Rather than saying yes and then cursing yourself, making that person wrong. So that eventually everybody is going to get disturbed because you said yes. Are you with me? Okay. No, I'm not going to take questions from the chat box. My request is please use a Google form and type in your question on that, and then we'll do it. Okay. So please be with me right now. Okay. So what is important is it will give you the power to say no. How many of you want to have that power? It's a very powerful and much needed power. It's like the vitamin N of your life. So you learn to say no to people. Take control of your life. Take control of the decisions which you make in your life. Okay, you don't have to be the yes man or the yes woman. You don't have to say yes to it. It's okay. People will feel bad about it, but eventually at least somebody will be happy. Are you with me? At least somebody will be happy. So this time it's you. Because agar aap haan bol denge, you're not okay with it. It will show up. It will show up in your results, and it will show up in the relationship you share with the other person. Everything is going to get impacted. Are you with me? Yeah. So that's how it works. Okay. That's how it works. Sanjay ji, sir, you have said no right now. Mujhe samajh mein nahi aaya, mujhe bataiye, please. Okay. So what is the next question? So the next question is, if the name is longer, can the name be cut short to half and add the signature? Like my name is Anuradha A. So can I make it Anu in my signature? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, watch me. What do you see? Empty space, right? Now, this entire space is yours. This entire space is yours. Why are you telling me I'll only take this much? I'm happy. What about this much? So can you see the universe is asking, bhai, I gave you a plot 60 by 80. Why are you only constructing home 10 by 10? Are you with me? And this is a question for everybody. Whoever has a longer signature, has somebody complained to you that why are you using such a more space on the paper? No, right? So why are you cutting short on your things? Are you with me? Why are you discounting yourself? I always say this. आप अपने आप को क्यों discount कर रहे? Why are you shying away from creating that space? Don't you want, when you enter a space, enter your office, enter a party, you need to have your own space defined? Or are you just going to go to a corner and then stand up? So you want to be a leader, you need to show up. And how you show up is take the space which you require. Are you with me? This is the first energy. Stop thinking you have, मेरा बहुत बड़ा signature है इमरान बाग. देखिए, if you hesitate to write your own signature, and if you have such a vibration about your own name and your own signature, then look at the type of results you'll create out of it. Are you with me? I always tell people, take pride in your signature. Bada hai, acha hai. Are you with me? Because people who gave you your name are the people, बहुत सोचा उन्होंने, बहुत research किया उन्होंने, and eventually you got that name. Now that you have got that name, do justice to that name. Never hesitate or complain about writing it. And I come across a lot of people who say, yeah, see, look at Amitabh Bachchan's signature. Have you seen Amitabh Bachchan? You know, sometimes when he, earlier on the KBC, Kaun Banega Crorepati, he used to sign, sometimes the signature used to take over the entire check. Did Amitabh Bachchan say, नहीं बहुत बड़ा है तो मैं सिर्फ AB बोल के sign कर दूंगा? नहीं, Amitabh Bachchan is Amitabh Bachchan. He wrote the complete Amitabh Bachchan. You should take pride in writing your own name. If you don't take pride in writing your own name, then who else will do it? And every time you sign, you smile. You have to think about the type of person you are vibrating. And by the way, no matter where you sign, some of you have this very beautiful habit. Imran, it was just a courier. That's why I just put my initial. Imran, it was just a register. That's no. Every time you sign, the universe is listening to you, right? That's your biggest affirmation. No writing it lightly, not just writing it for the sake of writing it. No, you have to make a point. Complete signature. Are you with me? Complete signature. And if you are in a job which requires you to sign too many times, some of them tell me, Imran, मेरा signature बहुत बड़ा है, लेकिन मुझे बहुत sign करना पड़ता है दिन में. So that's why I cut it short. My suggestion to you is that, are you not happy that you're in a position where your signature matters so much that you have to sign so many times? You should be happy, no? And look at, आपको पैसे मिलते हैं to practice your biggest affirmation of your life, and that is your own signature. You're making money out of it by signing it. You're in authority of space. Why are you not smiling and signing it? Right? And some of you, remember when you open a DMAT account, how many times you have to sign? Close to 83 times you have to sign. And some of you like, yaar, kitne signature loge, kya karwa rahe ho? Can you see that if you put in that energy in starting a new account, type of results it will happen, you know what will happen there, right? Are you with me? Khushi, excitedly sign your name because it's your own name, nobody else's name. Are you with me? Yeah. So, Chile, let's quickly answer more questions. In my signature, half of the name is below the first name. What does it signify? It's an unhealthy way of writing it. Make sure it is in one straight line. Okay, no up and down. Okay. Number two, Mr. Chakravarti is asking, while putting a line below the signature, do we need to check the line should not touch any lower zone letters or put any dots below the line? Okay, very simple answer, Ji. See, whenever you write a underline, so जब भी आप लिख रहे हैं, okay, you're welcome to put a baseline right away here only. And if you say that, Imran, your G is getting cut down, no, it's not getting cut down because G has to go down. That's a lower zone letter. Are you with me? Right? When you write a G, G तो नीचे जाता ही है ना, वो कट नहीं हो रहा है. अगर आपको लगता है कि यार कुछ energy vibration ठीक नहीं जा रही, then you can sign it below exactly the way I do it, right? I write my G and I bring my line below the G. It's welcome. But remember, the straight line is more important than a curved line because a straight line has more power, more energy than a bend line. So curved line. How to underline when the lower zone letters G are in the middle of the big name? Example, Prasna Bharadwaj. Yeah, I just showed you, right? You can write J and then you can cross it exactly at this level, or you can cross it at this level here. Or you can cross it at this level, okay? So Amit ji is asking, a bit skeptical about handwriting signs. You're most welcome to be skeptical about the signature and the signs, Amit ji. You can watch my tons of video when I'm explaining the logical aspect of why it works and how it works. So thank you so much. It's important because when you're in that state of mind, you'll definitely get more answers to your questions. And that's going to be what. Nilesh is asking Imran 2 questions, two lines under the signature. It is again having the 2 dots, 2 validations. Why? Only one line is better. Only one line is better. Okay, next question. Anand, okay, my name is Muthiala Anand Reddy. Please suggest signing the right way. So Muthiala is your surname or your dad's name. So you need to decide, but what is your name? So I want to see Anand coming first and then your surname, or if that is more important to you, then remember, if you have 3 names to your signature, first name, second name, and third name, all the first letters should be of the same size. Number 2, the size of the letters in your handwriting, the middle zone letters of your handwriting should be of the same size. No fluctuation there. No variations there. 3, no too much of space between the name and the surname. Yeah, no space between the first name and the second name. Are you all with me? Yeah. See, signing initials has a different purpose. Like you have a register in your teacher, if you're a teacher or a government employee, you have a register where you have a limited space to write. There you can have the initials there, but not on a regular basis. Like once in a while it works. Okay. Then we have Ritanya says, what does it mean? The last stroke of the signature just goes up. Okay. There's a lot of science about it. For example, if anything which you write, if you're writing this word and the way you end like this, it has a meaning. That is straight like this, it has a meaning. If you write like this, it has a meaning. If you write like this, it has a meaning. So we study this in our professional program. These are called ending strokes. It's called ending strokes. So the best of suggestion would be to just complete it like that, just a dot. But if you're taking it ahead, then it has different meanings and it has different vibrations to it. So the simple aspect of your signature is just make sure, keep it simple, keep it steady, keep it real. Okay. Name and surname can be joined. Not suggested, not really suggested, not really suggested. Yeah. So find out if you want to be identified by your family name. Does it have more significance, type of results you're able to generate in your life before you make any change in the name? Ready, sir? Ready, Garu? Okay. So let's go to the next question. So the next question is Ritanya. Okay. What does it mean to, okay, goes up. Pallavi is asking, I write number 2 while I write my signature because I find number 2 is lucky. So I included it from 10th standard only. I sign Pallavi and make 2 and cover my signature like a cloud. And okay, see, the lesser the complications, the better it is. Okay, so for example, if you're going to write and cover it up like this, or just going to write it up like this, see, any type of things, adding extra lines in your signature, not a good idea here. Okay, so there are multiple interpretations of it, but if I see anybody doing too many things into the signature, adding similes or adding numericals and making it a little more larger than what is required, so I basically interpret that. Okay, by the way, I have to look at the signature, but I'm just giving you my interpretation. I consider them as extravagant. What do you mean by extravagant? Extravagance is basically people spending more time, energy, money than required to get the same result. To get the same result. Jitna kaam 100 rupees mein, if you're able to finish that in 100 rupees, these people tend to have a habit of spending at least 500 rupees to get the same work done. Why? They love to spend? No, it's basically extravagant. Basically extravagance. Are you with me? No, one single line. Anandji, one single line. No two parts of the line. So like if I'm signing, it will not be Imran and Baig separately. No, it has to be together, one single line. So extravagance, no sense of time and money, but I have to see the signature to qualify this for the extravagance. I'm just giving you a scenario, ladies and gentlemen, be clear about that. Renuji is asking how to analyze people with handwriting. Yeah, I'm going to teach you this in the live program, Renuji, when you attend my 3-day program, where I'm going to teach you 45 things to look into anybody's handwriting and close to 12 things to look into anybody's signature. Vaishali is asking, first V is my initial and then my name, Vishala, is it correct? See, the initial, the story is yours. You need to write it full. If you ask me, if you're happy with the initials, continue to do it, but no dot between your name and the initials. Okay. Brajinder Kumar Singh, my signature compromises full name and any modifications required? No, writing a full name is good, provided make sure that the full name, the first letters are taken care of, middle zone letters are taken care of, and it has enough spacing. Okay. How to get my signature analyzed in terms of elements present, absent in my signature and changes required. Hareshji, please watch my signature video. That will give you tons of information on you. Any changes required in my signature? If so, it will be difficult to change the signature in the official banking. Gopalakrishna Pillai sir, very simple. Our program is not designed to change your signatures. Hold on, please. Change is the last thing we're going to be working on. Our program is designed to first find out what your signature is speaking about you first. And if you want to make a change, the process is very, very simple. It does not cost you much. And yes, I agree, it requires a little process, but it just starts with you changing it in your Aadhaar card and your PAN card, and you're submitting the same in the financial institutes. Okay, that's all. Okay, what about the short name? I did answer that, Adi. I just told you, initials, it's okay if it is only, if you have only specific space to sign, and if you are a government employee and anything, but no use of short names, please. No use of short names. Not really required. Okay, Ritanya, what does it mean, the random unnecessary line just going left? I just answered that. Priyanka Maheshwari, is it okay to have only first name or last name in the signature? I'm okay to have the first name only, possible. Surname only, bad idea. And remember, how many of you know, if I'm just signing by name Imran, what does it mean? And no surname. You know what we call them, right? We call them as the warriors, right? And what is the interpretation of warriors? They're all by themselves, right? So Vijay B is asking, my name is in Marathi. What implications does it have? Can I apply graphology for taking care of my problems in Marathi? See, people writing their signature in regional language is an awesome thing. Nothing wrong about it. Don't feel bad about it or wrong about it. And if you ask them many ways of doing it, why people write it, it's different. So you want to stand out from other people. Number two, it is also represents how much you are attached to the land or the region which you belong to. Number three, Imran, what does it qualify? What changes I make? Same change. देखिए, मराठी भी language है. तो आपका नाम जो पहला अक्षर है आपके नाम में, it has to be bigger than the rest of the letters. Simple strategy. 3, make it readable. Number 4, underline it. Simple. All the elements are the same. The language is the, see, for us, it's a strokes. It's not any other thing. Everybody say this. For us, what is it? It's a stroke. आप कोई भी language लिखें. हाँ. Specifically, Marathi से लेकर कुछ inputs में दे सको नहीं, because research work is only on the Latin script. Russian, German, English, Latin. So Latin script, entire research is done. I don't have any research backing to prove if I change certain letters in Marathi will change me. But you're most welcome. It could be a very beautiful opportunity for all of you to consider that. हाँ, वो सचिन तेंदुलकर हैं, and it's okay to have that way, and nothing wrong about writing it. I did not say these are the warriors. It's a good thing to have it, and there is nothing right or wrong about it. People create that. Yeah. Yeah. Great. So Varashmi ji is asking, I write first letter of surname and full name together without space. Is it right? First letter of surname and full name together. नहीं जी, अच्छी बात नहीं है. First, पहली बार आप अपना नाम लिखें. It's your signature, and इतना तो बनता है कि आप अपना नाम पहले लिखें. See, simple logic for everybody is, whose signature is yours, right? Whose name should be there? Your name. So why are you discounting your name and writing your surname and giving more significance there? Okay, are you all with me? Are you all with me? Right? See, don't compare your signatures with the personalities and derive any comparisons or validations out of it. Are you all with me? Right? Why do I say this? Now, I recently had this small debate. The debate was Donald Trump's signature is a highly complicated signature. Have you seen it? Okay, Donald Trump is basically just writing like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. His signature is like that. Now, people ask me, Imran, you say signature should be clear, authentic, it should be, readable and things like that. But Donald Trump, look at how successful he is, look at the type of money he has made and things like that. Now, the question back to you would be that, do you really consider Donald Trump as success? Okay, no doubt he was a president of a country, but look at the things happening in his life. Look at the type of legacy he's creating out of his name and things like that. So don't associate or compare yourself with the people or the celebrities who have reached there because they did what they did to be there. Are you with me? Are you with me? So don't derive comparisons to people because your definition of success and that person's definition of success and people's definition of success differs. Okay, so don't make a comparisons. Okay, वो लिख रहा है तो वो successful है, लेकिन do you want that type of success? Do you want that type of success? Okay, great. So we got 10 more minutes, so I'm going to quickly, take up more questions. I write first letter. Okay, Syed Zahid is asking, what does a curve or a bow shape underline below a signature signifies? Zahid ji, simple strategy है जी. हमारे handwriting analysis में a straight line has more strength than a curved line. Okay. So this straight line signifies self-leadership and self-reliance. So if you have self-reliance and self-leadership, I want this to be straight line, not the curved one, which can be broken away. Are you with me? Great. So Shruti, I only use my first name only and have slant line upward under my name. What does it mean? Slant line under your name is a good thing. But Shruti, you're welcome to have your own name. Nothing wrong about it. But it is always better to have another name added to it. But if you're just trying to write your name, you're most welcome to do this. Okay. Okay. Kamlesh is asking, how do I change my signature in your opinion? No, not really required until you practice your graphotherapy 21 days. If you're part of the professional program, 30 days, and then we'll talk about your signature, please. Meherji, what does the line signify? Is it better to include it? Yes, please. Line is good. Harshita, sir, if starting letter of the signature is small letter, is it good? No, you don't have the power to say no to people. No positive ego in your life. Shalinji is asking, what if you encircle the signature from the second letter? Bad idea. Never do that. Because it is projecting to people that you're not approachable. So people will not come to you. People will always have misinterpretation of who you are as a person, and they have their own assumptions about you. Bad idea. Jyoti ji, namaskar, kya haal hai? When the first letter of the first name is small letter, no, not a good idea, ji. It takes away positive ego. Reha ji, is the signature name and only surname initials? No. As I said, जब भी आप कोई भी चीज अपने नाम से जोड़ते हैं, उसको पूरी स्पेस और मोहब्बत के साथ, शिद्दत के साथ आप उसको लिखिएगा. Okay, Twinkle Lalwan is asking, what is the importance of the last name in signature? If someone use just first name, what does it signify? Okay, so let me repeat that again. See, when somebody is just writing this, it basically talks about a person being a warrior. He is somebody who is very good on his own. He is successful, he is accomplished, he is known as a leader, he's always there helping others. So he's beyond his age, maturity, everything is awesome about this person. But when we look up to these people as powerful leadership and everything, but deep down, these people always feel lonely because they feel, Imran, I'm there for everybody, but when I need it, nobody's there. And his interpretation is that the other people's interpretation around him is that, yeah, you are supposed to be helping others. Why do you need my help? So that's why I never called you. That's why I never asked you. That's why I never supported you. Are you with me? Yeah. So I'm okay you having that. Make sure that now that you have accepted yourself as a warrior, you have become bigger than what you are as a person. Continue to be that. Don't question yourself. Now, every surname you add, it has a name and vibrations to it. So you need to decide what that energy is going to add up there. What that energy adds up there. Are you all with me? So you need to decide that. I'm not going to come into what, I'll come into how you write this. I'll come into how you write that. Great. So I think that was the fast track questions. I really loved answering all your questions. So we'll do one thing. Is it okay with you? We'll have one more round of question answers connected to signatures in the following Thursday. How many of you think it's a good idea to do that way? Yeah, we should do more conversations on signatures. And today being only a 1 hour session, because I have a presentation to make on handwriting analysis, because one of my commitment is to educate more and more people about the science of handwriting analysis. How many of you think is a good idea? Because the more people are aware of this science, you don't have to do much of convincing, much of, enrollment to other members, because it becomes easy for you. So whenever I go and talk, it's just not about bringing awareness. It's all about growing our community larger. And by the way, I have an exciting news to share with all of you. Can I share that exciting news? Yeah. So the exciting news is, how many of you here are highly committed, Imran, I want to wake up every day and write graphotherapy, but somehow I miss out writing graphotherapy. How many of you have that challenge? Okay. So those of you who have a problem getting up early in the morning and writing it, I have a solution for all of you. Why don't you write your graphotherapy with me? How do you like that idea? So what we're going to do right now is, no matter whichever place you are in, whatever home, whichever region you belong to, every day in the morning, 6:30 a.m., I'm going to be sharing the Zoom link. Open up the Zoom link. Nobody's going to attend with the video off. You have to keep the video on. I want you to be dressed up. So that means you have to wake up early, do what is to be done, show up there, write graphotherapy with me, and go back only for 20 minutes. So 6:30 to 6:50. No conversations other than just writing graphotherapy. How many of you think it's a good idea? Because let's make everybody right. Yeah, some of them are already smiling. Yeah, kaun uthega 6:30 baje and things like that. Yeah, if you want to be a leader, you have to. No, I'll tell you something which really inspired what my teacher said. Waking up early is the only time you can defeat the nature. Listen to me, sir. Waking up early is the only time you can defeat the nature. Ask me how. How about you waking up before the sun rises and telling the sun, you're late today, I woke up before you. Are you with me? Yeah. Imagine you going and standing in the way and the sun is yet to rise and you're telling the sun, aaj tumhare se pehle hum log rise ho gaye. Can you see that? Okay. Arpita, you don't know anything about graphotherapy? It's a brilliant news. You know what? The material is going to come to you. You have your 21 days of graphotherapy book and you have to be starting with that. Soon you'll be receiving a call from your facilitator. They'll be supporting you to getting you started. So we have all the systems in place. It's just a matter of time here. Yeah. So great. So how do we do that? When do we do that? I will tell you all this in detail next Thursday. Okay. So the good news is I have an amazing news to offer to all of you. And Imran, is there any fees to do this? Yes, there is a fees, but there'll be no fees if you attend my next Thursday program and fill up the form on that day, no fees. But if you join me after that, then I'm going to charge you because only when you remember, money brings commitment. How many of you agree with me on that? Yeah, you will show up because you made the payment. So I'm going to make you pay so that at least that way you'll bring in more commitment, but I don't want you to keep money as a bracket. I'm going to keep it accessible for you, provided you will show up next Thursday, understand this entire process, what we're going to do in 20 minutes, how long the session is going to be, what all will be covered, how many days in a week it will be, for how long it will be, all these things in the next Thursday. Are you all with me? Okay. And now it's time to welcome the new members in the family. Congratulations to all the handwriting analysts who completed their first step program last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with me. Thank you for being so awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed the live sessions. I'm sure you all had a great time and the type of testimonials you all shared was amazing. Congratulations for each one of you. And you know what? What comes to an end always starts with a new beginning. Are you with me? What comes to an end always starts with a new beginning. So I want to congratulate each one of you for trusting and coming forward to understand this science on a deeper level and becoming a professional handwriting analyst. So ladies and gentlemen, presenting you the March batch of professional handwriting analysts. Let's welcome Nasiba Jabin. Come on, everybody, show some love for all these members there. Kamlezi, congratulations on becoming a professional handwriting analyst. Priyansh, Ajoy George, Rajeshri, and Dr. Ranjini, Louis, Priyanka ji there, and Dwaipayan Chakraborty, Mr. Walter, and Srivalsan, Ashmita Goswami, Gosavi, and Pranav, Ankita, Abhishek, and also we have Niranjan ji, Rajendra Kumar Singh, and Karishma. We also have Shiba, Rashmi Gupta, Lini, congratulations, Ritanya, Shaila, Mrs. Fernandez, Harish, Advani ji there, Umidi, Ishwar ji, Hema, and congratulations to all these new members. So those of you who have not yet joined this program of Professional Approach, we got 2 more seats to fill up there. So go ahead, sign up, and I'd love to see you as part of the professional program. And those of you who have already completed your registrations, don't worry, very soon we're going to be activating your online access. We're just waiting for the material to reach you so that everything happens in a system. So don't worry, we have received your registration, we have started formulating it, and very soon you will be receiving your 30 days of graphotherapy, and the same facilitator who was with you in the first step will continue to serve you. And the schedule of the live classrooms will be shared with you so that you can plan accordingly. So before we end the session today, please reach out to your respective facilitator, commit to join this professional approach program without any miss. So apart from this, we also had a couple of people in this week who enrolled into the Inner Physician program, which is about health and handwriting. Congratulations, Jignesh and Dr. Vipul. Welcome to the family of Inner Physician graduates. So ladies and gentlemen, We also like to thank all our facilitators for being so awesome. They are amazing in whatever they do. Thank you, dear facilitators, for being awesome. And we also have these new facilitators in the making. So we have Jivanji, Sheetalji, Kalpanaji, and Harpreetji, and Manjunath, and Vijaya, Gunjika. All these are Manishaji and Nivedita are the new members who have become the facilitators. That means in the coming days, they are the ones who will be helping your family members who are joining our community. Are you all with me? So tomorrow, I'm making an introduction to Inner Physician program. So all the professional handwriting analysts, you don't know anything about health and handwriting, join me tomorrow in the session. The link will be shared into the group. Okay. And on Sunday morning, I'm doing a session on decoding signatures. I'll tell you more about that in the coming session. So with this, it's time to say bye to all of you. Thank you so much for being so awesome. Looking forward to see you on next Thursday. And once again, welcome to the family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, everybody.